I inadvertently bought something trendy that Mike Fuentes is telling me may be worth over $500 if I resell on eBay. And A, I don't believe him, but B, should I do it? Because I like what I bought.
What is it and how much did you pay for it?
It was $2.99 and it's a mini tote from Trader Joe's.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that is valuable.
Why?
I saw an article that on eBay, like some are going for like $500.
What?
A mini tote that costs $3, and Trader Joe's is limiting how many customers can buy.
So it's the new Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Why? It was like it's like a tiny canvas tote.
They're very popular in Japan.
Huh.
So that could be, there's a Reddit thing, r/Trader Joe's.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. No.
When something I just did.
Oh.
Can I ask a second question? I just
Sure.
did there. See how,
Hey.
when something trends like this, why do people flock to it? I'll give you a great example. There's, do you guys know this guy on TikTok? His name is Keith Lee. He's like a food critic.
Yeah, guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, like it's pleasant content. It's nice to see different food, whatever, different stuff, and like you might see something like, oh, that's pretty cool. He recently came to Arizona, and like he did a recap of all the places he went to Arizona, and it's like, hey, this place was like 2 days away from going out of business. And then, like, this is how they've been in the week since. And there's lines around the block, and I'm like, you know what I'm doing if I see a line around the block for some place that was about to be going out of business? I'm going to come back later when they're about to go out of business again. And I just don't understand how people are like, oh, we saw it on TikTok. Like, you saw it on TikTok and decided to devote an hour of your day waiting in line to get something to eat?
That's always been a thing, though. I used to work near the Dominique Ansel Bakery in Soho in New York.
So hot right
and they
now.
are the place that invented the cronut, I believe. Good one. I like that.
Thank you.
Ansel. And every morning there would be a line down the block at like 7 a.m. for cronuts because I guess every month they'd have a new flavor and people wanted to try all the flavors. And it was like this whole thing. And this was pre-TikTok, but it was like an extremely popular pastry item.
Yeah, if I see a line, I am not waiting in that. There was
It's
a
also,
line.
it's New York City. There's a croissant on every corner.
There was a line at the grocery store the other day, and I had nothing for dinner, and it was like dinner time, and I really needed to buy these groceries, and there was such a long line that I almost was like, screw it, I'm not buying these groceries. I waited in line. It took like 3 minutes.
That's commitment to the bit.
Yeah, I really hate lines.
The grocery store line selection can often be interesting.
I always pick the worst one.
It's like
I always pick the
You
worst
got to scout.
one.
I'm always scouting.
Always.
You got to count your items.
I'm counting items in everyone's cart.
Types of items.
I'm also
Stuff that you got to weigh and stuff like that.
I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer at picking a broken shopping cart.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
I never have more
The wobbly
than,
wheel?
Yes,
I hate that
yes,
wobbly
at
wheel.
least
You
one wobbly
switch
wheel
it
every
out,
time.
or
Never
you
works on
just
a wobbly
rock with
No,
it?
I gotta
Rock me,
no.
baby, like
I never
a
go back
wobbly
because then I'm there for 3 hours, like looking at carts.
Solid.
Right.
Nominate me for Song of the, what is it, Merch Madness. Oh, wait, did I just reveal what one of our Merch Madness categories is, Billy? Moving on. There is a
What would you
Trader
guys-
Joe's mini canvas tote for sale right now on eBay for $999.
Wow.
Sell it.
That
Sell
doesn't
it.
mean someone will actually purchase one for that much money,
If you can make,
technically, but
what is that?
a $997
Percent
profit.
return? What is a percentage?
That's like a 9,000% return.
Charlotte, you host a basketball podcast.
Doesn't mean I know anything
the
about
math.
math.
Is definitely
Not
not,
my
a strong suit.
You're not into analytics.
Back to shopping carts real quick. We can all agree there's a right answer here. The Mac Daddy of all shopping carts is, say it
The
together
short
with me,
ones.
Target.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what
type
you were.
of shopping
You know
cart.
what? You're
Target
right.
has
You're right.
they have the best
Why
shopping
do you
carts.
think that
they're
is?
just like
Because-
they have
The
a nice
red plastic ones?
Yeah, the red
Oh,
ones.
I don't like the plastic ones.
Do you,
Oh,
Chris?
really?
Do you ever get the one with your kid? So you sit.
Yeah, the little stool, like the little like two.
Or the
seats.
race
There's that-
car ones.
The race car one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm
I
talking
do that
about.
one at Publix.
Yeah.
They
do the
frown
shopping
on
as a
it when you
pleasure.
get that as an adult.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, were you sitting in it?
Yeah, well,
My favorite
you gonna
type
do?
of shopping cart is the like short ones that are. It's a full cart, but they're short, double stacked,
Yep,
like a
yep.
double decker short.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
yes.
the ones where the bottom's
Yes.
longer than the top, because those can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
What?
Those are bullshit shopping carts.
Is there another kind?
Yes, they're both the same length.
No, I've
top
never
and
seen
bottom,
that.
same length.
That
I know
sounds
what
like
you're
an
talking about.
abomination.
Why?
Sounds like something that God
it's
did
so
not
much easier
intend.
to maneuver.
Don't you have those? Are like at Kohl's a lot. No? Am I right or wrong on that? I feel like I
Kohl's.
pictured that
I can't
type of
picture it, but you're probably
Yeah.
right.
Something like a Sprouts.
They have those
cow.
at
Lucky's.
New York grocery stores because they're smaller than
I haven't been to
the
New
big
York
ones.
in like 2 years, so
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not
Fully
to rub
moved
it
down.
in.
I miss it. What's that, Roy?
You fully moved down. You don't have to go back up to New York or anything, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I just see my friends like once every 6
Lee's
months.
finally made the plunge. He went to
Full Florida, man.
go get his license for
No
the DMV, right?
Yeah.
Or is that a
Yep.
secret?
No,
Oh,
that,
man,
no,
yeah,
no
yeah.
secrets here. Leaky faucet tart has taught us all. If you say something offline, it becomes online.
It's content.
Very
So,
quickly.
just
No,
nip it in the bud.
I knew we were finally a Florida family when Lee set up a rig in our car for his fishing rods. That's when I was like, yeah, we're
That's how you do it.
in it for the long haul.
That's a cool kind of Florida. Fishing?
You and Lee strike me as the type that just decide, you know what? Let's go paddle boarding today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
we're more of kayakers, but you're
canoe?
correct. And then
Kayakers.
we'll be on the kayak for an hour, and I'll be like, I'm hungry, and Lee will be like, I want to fish for 6 more hours, and I'll be like, cool.
Then there's-
I'm leaving your ass.
Do you guys? I'm about to say, do you guys do the cool compromise? Like, how about this? How about I fish and we eat the fish?
Like raw, like Smeagol,
Like,
raw and
Raw.
wriggling.
Do you have a kayak or do you rent kayaks every time you go?
We don't own one yet, but we're looking into
In the
purchasing
market?
one.
Question as to kayak preferences. Do you
Mm-hmm.
do the ones with a little
Flights
rudder
and
on the
hotels?
back that you control with your feet?
Yeah. No. What's
Look
that?
into it. It's pretty fun. It helps you turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can just keep pedaling, but then if you move your feet, it has the little.
Rudder.
I've seen people
I'm
in
a sailor. Don't worry.
Charlotte taught sailing. If you guys
She's nautical.
know about that.
Yeah, very.
I've seen people in Florida with portable kayaks that fold up into a box.
don't want
Have you
that.
seen these?
Yeah.
No.
They freak
I've
me
seen
out.
it. Yeah.
not gonna spring
It's
a
like
leak or
3D
anything.
printed or something,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then- yeah.
It's like origami. You fold it into like a little box, and then you can unfold it, and it's a full-size kayak.
That's crazy, man.
I know. If anyone wants to sponsor,
That doesn't
me,
sound
name it.
safe. Anything that has creases in it,
I know.
Right.
water
exactly.
can get in.
We
right?
saw what happened
Yeah.
to the submersible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The submersive. If you're Dan, didn't he
Submersive.
keep seeing
Yeah, he did.
submersive?
He's very submersive.
Man, that was a weird. I feel like the Kate Middleton saga of the last couple months is like triggering that same thing for people where they're just obsessed with the story and making up their own conspiracy theories. I feel like it's the first time we've seen it since
If
the
by
submersible.
people you mean Charlotte Wilder, then yes, absolutely.
I do mean Charlotte. Wilder.
What's your favorite conspiracy of all of them? Mine
About Kate Middleton or
yeah.
just in general?
No, Kate Middleton.
It's a bummer Tony's not here for this one. Because the other day when him and Billy were talking about the moon landing, I was laughing my ass off.
I'm imagining
come on.
Tony just heard Amin say that from home and like got all excited. Like, which was my favorite?
My first day here, the first day I was ever on the show, Tony told me that the Egyptians didn't.
Wi-Fi.
He thought the Egyptians had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were your thoughts
Regular
about
Jesse
that?
Ventura,
Were
this
you
guy.
like, is this person for real? Is he doing a bit?
Yeah, I was sort of. I couldn't tell if it was a bit. I couldn't tell if he was serious. I soon realized he was serious when he started drawing diagrams for me.
Yeah.
Diagrams.
Yeah, I have those seared into my brain. I can like still see the Wi-Fi pyramid diagrams.
Can you redraw the diagram back to me?
Yeah, I have a notebook
really
here.
curious
I
what
haven't-
these diagrams
I'm gonna
look
give
like.
it a shot.
So there was a pyramid, and then he draws one pyramid, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know, I'm familiar with the shape. I took trigonometry. Thank you. Geometry, whatever. Charlotte,
Yeah.
what's your favorite Kate Middleton theory?
My favorite one is that she's leaving William and refuses to be in any photograph. She's like, you guys dragged me around this circus for long enough. I'm out. I really like that one.
There was that whole thing with the Independent publishing a story about
the Marchioness of Chambleroy.
Chambler Day.
Did you guys hear about that?
No, what is
No.
that?
So allegedly, people are saying that William had a mistress whose name is
The
Rose.
Marchioness of Colomandale.
Yes,
I can't pronounce
Her name is Rose Hanbury, and her title is the Marchioness of Cholmondeley.
It's
Mandalay
definitely
Bay.
not pronounced that way.
Watching this?
Sorry, it's the Marchioness of
yeah.
Cholmondeley.
All right, that's better. Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
If
Yeah.
you've seen Downton Abbey, you're familiar with the titles of
Oh!
nobility.
To be fair, Sarah Rose Hanbury sounds very royal.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're a somebody
Yeah.
in very high British white circles.
Yeah, very, very high,
Very
very
high.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that one. That she's just like fed up.
Yeah, the
I
ones
don't
where
know
it's
that
like
I believe it, though.
I feel like she probably IRL just had surgery and feels yucky and is probably following the news and is like,
Yeah, those
this
I
is
feel
not
bad
great
about.
But that's why her PR people really screwed the pooch.
I still like the one where she's in a coma.
Really?
Because I want her to wake up and be like, what year is it? And they're like, oh, it's 2024. What have I missed? Well, first of all, your mother-in-law kicked the bucket. And she's like, wow.
That happened before.
Oh, did it?
Multiple
Was
years
she
ago.
around? Wait,
Yeah.
Elizabeth was multiple years ago?
2022.
No way.
I think.
Yeah,
felt like
because the
yesterday.
coronation was like a year ago. I wish I didn't
Let me
know
check the
any
slow
of this,
report.
by
Me
the
too.
way.
Me
This
too.
is
My
not
brain
something
is-
that I.
What did the slow report say?
Rotted.
The slow report reported that one.
What's the last thing
But
the slow
seeing when it was reported on the slow report wouldn't help you on the actual date it happened.
We just know it was probably a few months before.
Last
the
week.
slow
She died
report
September
reported it.
8th, 2022 at the age of 96.
It's already
Yeah.
been that long.
Yeah.
Dude, the pandemic screwed up time.
That was a
And
crazy
the
day
slow
on
report
Twitter.
reported it
Dude.
on September 19th, 2022.
That's not that slow.
That's not that slow.
Not bad, not
That's
bad.
only 10 days.
Yeah.
So
We act quickly for the big stories.
Yes.
one of the weird things that
my
TikTok's
favorite
algorithm has decided that I like is people getting sentenced in court. So I watch all of these things, and there's this woman who was accused of reckless driving and endangering lives or whatever because she fled the cops on a high-speed chase, driving 100 miles per hour in a van on city streets, and I was pretty
wow.
impressed.
Oh my God.
She could do that.
How do you
Are
get
you
up
sure
to
that
100
wasn't
on a
just
city street?
A clip
In
from
a
the
van.
town.
No. And so
You in the town.
she's pleading with the judge to be lenient because she says she has two small kids, a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Is she white?
No, she's black.
Oh, wow.
And so
That ain't help, I guess.
well, but here's a kicker. She graduated high school. He says, "What's your highest education?" She said, "High school." When did you graduate high school? 2020. And I was like, 2020? You just were getting out of high school?
And then you realize that was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. She's 22.
There is like a whole, speaking of conspiracy theories, like multiple subreddits devoted to is time different now?
Because of COVID?
Yep.
Speaking of time,
I think it is.
we'll be right back.
Oh, there you go. What a pro.
You betcha took an L last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I picked Man City to win. They drew, and then Messi didn't play. Which, if I would have known that in advance, I probably wouldn't have picked Inter Miami.
Is that 2-1 last 3 weeks?
2-1 last 3 weeks.
By the way, we
You're
could have
still
been making a
following.
killing betting against the University of Miami men's
Yeah.
basketball team for the last 2 months because
Yeah.
their
like-
season just ended on a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's like the Iowa under,
Yeah.
and you have men's basketball. right
As
there
soon as
together.
Mike Ryan started calling them Blue Bloods, that's when
That
we
was
should
it.
have started doing Miami for all of our betting segments.
Well, it's time for a new edition of You Betcha.
Charlotte, your
Yeah.
turn.
Sure.
Oh, no, don't do
I'm
this
just
to me
kidding. I'm
again.
just kidding.
All you have to do is this thing.
Yeah, you just got to do the
betcha.
arm. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Damn right it is.
And You Betcha this week is going to be Inter
yeah.
Miami again, plus 150. I'm never picking against them. And the Chicago Fire, minus 110 at home versus Montreal, who is the team that just beat Inter Miami, but they're a bad team. And yeah, so that's You Betcha for this week.
All right.
All right. And I got big news for Billy. Oh. So, Billy,
I'm excited.
we all work in the media industry, right? We know people here and there. They do certain things. I somehow found myself knowing the casting director of an upcoming reality show.
Really?
Yes.
Go on.
This upcoming reality show is called Holiday Hunt, and it is a festive-themed competition show.
Wow.
Billy, I can get you on.
You can get me on Holiday Hunt.
Holiday Hunt,
Tell
a
us
festive
more.
competition show.
Tell
I don't
us
know.
more.
I was filling out the form the other day, and it asked questions.
Yes, and I just
filling out
like
the
went
form.
to our
Okay, you went in on this too, huh?
Just sprinted
I
to
just
my
know
Google Chrome.
It asked certain questions in the questionnaire, and one of them was eggnog, yes or no. Another thing was, do you
Did
celebrate?
you say eggnog weird?
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Eggnog.
Welcome
Yes
to
or no?
the official casting page for
There it
Holiday
is.
Hunt,
She
a new
found it.
festive competition show from the executive producers of Cupcake Wars and School of Chocolate.
What?
We are casting an exciting new holiday competition show, and no, it's not a search for Santa.
Oh.
I'm in. Is
Say
this a
cook-
baking show?
Yeah, is it
Wait,
baking?
I don't know.
Because
In this reality competition, we're on the hunt for an all-around man. What?
What?
Billy.
Okay.
25 years to 42 years. Someone who
Okay.
has the it factor and could be,
Okay.
Billy, you're going to be a star. Huh?
Hey, Billy,
Two legs is back.
Billy, listen to me, baby. You're gonna be a star. You're gonna put your
God,
holiday.
this
Wait,
fucking
wait,
voice.
wait. This gets better.
Okay.
Italian
He
director
needs
over
to
here.
have charm, chivalry, charisma, but most importantly, ... We want his real personality to shine through like the North Star. Little quirky? Fine. Competitive? Sure, as long as he's not a meanie. Being authentic and
Not a
true to
meanie.
yourself is at the top of our list. Billy, do it.
I couldn't do it.
What is this show? What do you do
They're
on
looking
Holiday
for an
Hunt?
all-
It's
all-around
Holiday
man.
Hunt, the festive competition show. Looking
did
for an
we
all-around man
mention
with
that
charisma.
a twinkle in their eye and hunky good looks wouldn't hurt?
Billy, baby, listen to me. You don't have to worry what the show's about. You're gonna be a star. Just follow my lead. I'm gonna get you on the show. You're gonna be there. Americans gonna see. They're gonna fall in love with you. You're gonna be American sweetheart.
I still want to get back to, are you applying for it too?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like, it seems like
hold
both
on.
of you
He
guys
definitely
are.
said I could get you on,
the
but he
requirement again at the top. They're looking for a man.
Looking for a man.
Yeah, 25 to 42 years.
Mike's out.
25 to 42 years.
Barely made it.
I'm in. I slid in under the door.
Amin's definitely out.
I'm out. Hey, I'm a producer.
Misogyny, by the way.
I make it.
Amin's not even trying to be in
I'm
it.
not even trying to be in it. I learned a long time ago. My place in Hollywood is making other people's dreams come true. Ain't that right, Charlotte? Charlotte,
Yeah,
I
that-
never let you wrong.
how do you think I became a star?
Huh? A big star, Charlotte.
When did you
Charlotte.
start
I wouldn't
this
have
big?
the accent in this.
Why no women?
I don't know.
Oh boy. Huh. Hollywood.
Hollywood. Hey, Roy.
Way to speak up. Way to speak up, Roy.
Roy, what are you doing to me, baby? You bringing me down.
Can I tell you something that happened to me today that I was surprised by?
Talk to me.
Sure.
Today isn't Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was satisfied by the number of chips that were in my chip bag.
No.
Never.
Wow.
Never.
I was
It's
satisfied.
Trigonomics?
Billy,
that happened, huh?
congrats.
No way.
Yes. It was
No way.
Cheetos, the
Big-
old crunchy Cheetos. I was satisfied. I go, you know what? Not a lot of air in this, not stale. This is a good bag
It's
of chips.
because they're light. It's a light, right?
You
'Cause
know
Cheetos
what?
are kind of fluffy.
I
that's
actually
the puffs.
recently had a bag of Cheetos, and they went on for much longer than I
Yeah.
thought they would.
No.
It's incredible. There's another bag. I mean, I'm going to get it for you.
Okay, I can't eat it. but-
Shout
Yeah,
out
but
shout out to
Why
Judas.
not?
Wait,
to be
lactose
dissatisfied by this.
Oh, that's right.
Well, can you open it?
Bring it
I
to
can
me.
open
Billy.
I thought you were
Okay.
doing a
You don't
Dan
even
thing,
need to
like
open
I'm
it.
allergic to butter or whatever.
No.
You could just caress the bag
No,
and
but
feel where the Cheetos
but
are.
Chris, that's not how I
can
know
have it
whether
tonight.
there are enough Cheetos in the bag. How I know is by eating it, and then at the end I'm like, oh man, it's all done.
It's all about where in the bag does
No.
the food start. How far
no.
in the bag do I need to reach in?
No.
Really?
No,
Like
no.
a bag of Lay's, like the classic Lay's, if you reach in there, it's like you're getting 3/4 of the way down that bag before
You're
you
bugging.
feel
And
the
your
chip.
hands are covered in grease. There's grease on your
Lay's,
sleeve.
Lay's potato chips are one of the
Grease
worst
on
to
your
eat
face.
because of that reason. They're so greasy. Like
want to open this? Or you want me
They're so.
I want to just
greasy.
Take it in-
Can I touch the bag
Just
before
show
you do
it to the camera
I want to
in
feel.
front
I
of
just want to
Chris.
feel
We'll
this
be
thing
able
out.
to
Oh
get it.
man, these things. I'm feeling Cheetos way up here. You don't even need to open it. You can feel that thing.
it does look fat.
Billy, bring him in
Have
here.
you guys
Yeah.
ever brought a bag of chips onto a flight and then it blows up in the middle of the flight?
Yes,
No.
that happened to me yesterday.
No
What?
way!
Yes, it was so fun. And then my water bottle
Charlotte.
shrank down.
1, 2, 3.
Backhoe.
I hate Cheetos. They're
Really?
Shout out to Wednesday
Wow.
show.
That is
Hey, come on. No, it's
It's nearly full to the. Are
Is
they
it?
a sponsor?
No, they're
No.
not.
No,
we
they
do-
could be.
But if they like to be,
But they're not. So I have a lot to say.
I'm trying to get that money over here.
Dude, I love this. I love
Roy
this.
always
This
working.
is
No, but
Cheeto
I
ASMR.
love this game of whenever like I want to talk bad about a sponsor about a
And Mike is
brand,
always like,
but then
"Shut up."
worry. So Boardroom had a post where they were like, "Hey, Pepsi rebranded itself. It's the new Pepsi logo," and I just shat on it. It looks exactly like the old Pepsi logo. And that's
It's
not
a
going to
good
do.
decision, though.
That's not going to do anything unless they want to, bankroll your boy. In which case, great decision by Pepsi. Love it.
That happened to me when at SB Nation I wrote a
no.
thing being like, this Chevy ad is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and we have to see it over and over and over.
Like a
And our
rock.
editor-in-chief
That is not- yeah, get out
took
of
me
here.
aside and was like, just so you know, they are running the largest campaign, and it's actually on the website
God.
right now.
This is why corporate interests and journalism, they don't mix,
mix.
guys. This
Like
is why
a rock.
This,
I
one
love
with
those
the,
ads,
laundry
Chris.
journalism.
Oh, like a rock.
why do you think I'm here?
this reminds me of the old Chappelle bit where he's like, Which one do you like better, Pepsi or Coke? Well, depends who paid me last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
What'd you think of the Cheeto ratio in that bag?
Amazing. Do you want some?
pretty
Should we
good.
do Cheeto ASMR or is that disgusting?
I
I'm
have some
in.
news if you guys are wondering, and I don't know that this is directly
Hunter Renfrow got
responsible.
released.
No, I don't know if this is directly responsible for why there's so many Cheetos in that bag, but it seems as though
The bag smaller.
we have a shrinkflation hero.
Oh,
Go on.
Cookie Monster tweeted,
Oh.
"Me hate shrinkflation.
Yeah.
Me cookies are getting smaller. Frowny face."
What, Famous Amos?
Then the White House retweeted that with comment, "C is for consumers getting ripped off.
Oh my
President
God.
Biden is calling on companies to put a stop to shrinkflation." So there you go. Cookie
remember
Monster
when we
has
met
saved
Cookie
us.
Monster?
Yeah, that was the best day of my life.
It was probably
after
top
my
5.
wedding.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ever seen the clip where Cookie Monster talks about he used to be addicted to something else?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the funniest clip ever.
That feels like an early YouTube video that you'd like show to your friends in
Yes.
high school and be like, "Do you see this?"
He was like, in the 80s, Cookie Monster. I was like, what? What's he talking about here? Cookie
Yeah, no,
Monster-
we met the Sesame Street.
Yeah.
In character?
Yeah.
Grover, Abby, Cookie Monster, and Oscar.
Yeah.
I don't respect Abby because she's new.
Wow.
I don't respect the new ones.
I was hesitant about her, but then we spent some time with her, and I was like, Abby's pretty delightful. I'm going to give her.
Oh, so because she's new and she's a woman, you automatically don't like her?
Pretty much.
I don't like any of
She was also a candidate to host Oddball with you, actually.
I don't like any of the humans in Sesame Street.
No, come on,
What?
man.
Just give me all the. I just want the dolls. Like I don't want. I don't.
The monsters?
I just don't want
They're
like
pea
Kyle.
puppets.
Like hey.
Oh,
hey,
no.
Bert,
Hold
hey,
on.
Ernie.
You
It's
want
like,
the original residents
Who the
only.
fuck is
Yeah.
Kyle?
Original
I want
ones were
Gordon.
good.
It's Give me
Gordon, Gordon with the mustache?
Yes.
Oh, that's my man. Yo.
Kyle's just a name I use for
Maybe
everything.
Holly Robinson's father. Yeah. That's
Oh, for real?
Too.
I told you-
No, it's the first one.
Oh.
I told you guys I was watching an episode with my daughter, right, where it was like this whole thing, and they were at like Lewis's bike shop or Luis's bike shop.
Luis, yeah.
And at the end of the episode, they said "R.I.P. Luis," and I was like, "Jeez,
Oh, no.
why did
Luis
this
is
have
dead?
to be on this episode?"
By the way,
Wow.
Just fell in love with this man.
you guys know how I'm so old. I remember when Snuffleupagus was
Imaginary.
imaginary. It
Yeah.
was Big Bird's imaginary friend. And well, he wasn't imaginary, but everyone thought it was Big Bird's imaginary friend. And Big Bird was like, no, he was just here. And he would just leave.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
Wait, I'm old enough for that, too.
That was a classic
And
time.
he finally made the big reveal.
I
Wait,
remember the big
how
reveal.
many people are in Sesame Street?
Like characters or like
Yes.
the humans?
I didn't know there were any humans.
Oh, yeah.
They're all around. That's what I mean.
Gordon, Luis. What's the name of the lady?
They just act
like
Krishna Gordon either.
and they just act totally normal when they see
Yeah.
Big Bird. They're like, "Hey, Big Bird."
Yeah.
Okay, now the
And
human cast currently consists of Alan, Chris, Nina, Charlie, Mia, Dave, and Frank.
I don't like any of them.
Chris has been there a long time now.
I need the OGs.
Yeah.
The OGs.
Well, they're not with us.
Well,
Elena,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
sorry.
black one. That was the
It
black
reminds
lady.
me of when Blue's Clues. My sister told me that Steve died of cancer when I
Yeah.
was like 5, and they replaced Steve. And then like 20 years later, I found out that Steve just retired because he was done.
Well, no, he went to
He's
college.
going to college, yeah.
Yeah.
right, like he.
But
retired from
everybody
Blue's
thought Steve
Clues.
died, right?
I think so. My
I
sister
thought-
also told me Chad Michael Murray had cancer and
that's-
died.
I started a rumor senior year of high school that Jonathan Taylor Thomas died, but I thought it was true.
Oh.
But it
That's
wasn't.
not how that works.
A week later, a bunch of people were very mad at me
Why
Yeah,
did you?
sure.
Why did
Yeah,
you?
why
think
did
it
you
was
do that?
true?
because I thought I saw it somewhere.
But that's not starting a rumor. That's just you getting
Being
something
wrong.
Mistake.
Yeah, you were just
Yeah.
wrong.
Mistake
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Sorry, I was wrong in high school.
What was the first viral video?
The grape smashing ladies.
and that Charlie
Charlie bit my
Moon
finger.
Charlie bit my
Nah,
finger.
to
moon
me,
landing.
Numa guy.
Oh yeah, I remember
Do you
that
remember?
guy.
Numa.
Yeah, that was never really my
That
thing.
that
The
and
grape
like
smashing lady was
and
my jam. No
Chocolate
pun
Rain
intended.
probably.
I
Chocolate
like
rain.
Oh, God.
Wasn't there like a dancing baby at one point?
Yeah.
Anything that was on
Ally
the
McBeal?
anything that was on the
That
soup
fancy
was
baby?
Yeah.
it has like a burned just a memory in my brain that I can't.
That was Joe McHale, right?
remember.
Leroy Jenkins.
That was another one, early one.
Oh,
You remember? But I'm tired.
That was
yeah.
on E-Bombs World. Yeah, but I'm tired.
Do you guys watch Homestar Runner?
Yes.
Homestar10.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
And back when the internet was fun.
I found Amanda
Yeah.
Bynes on Cameo, and it makes me
Oh,
really,
so sad.
really
She's on
sad.
TikTok.
You got it
too.
here?
It's really
You got it
sad.
pulled up?
No, I have it here.
She
It's
said she's
just
like studying to be a nail tech or something, right?
Yeah.
She did a pot. She did
nail
like
tech?
Failed the exam a few times.
Yeah, she's gonna take
Really?
the board again, though, guys.
she had a
told us.
podcast and then she was like, I can't get any of the celebrities I wanted, so I'm putting it on hiatus after like one episode.
By the way, let me just say right now, I love more than anything. I love when celebrities like, I'm going to start a podcast. So yeah, let me watch you try to do this shit. You think it's so easy?
You
Go
love
ahead.
rooting against famous
Absolutely.
people having podcasts.
And I love like checking up, hey, what happened to that podcast they had? Oh, 3 episodes? Oh, that was great. Oh, you guys really put in a... And I love it because they buy all the shit, lights and cameras and sets and they do a photo shoot like, my new podcast. Oh, we're going to tell it how it is and we're going to have guests and stuff. And then like...
And then they realize it's a job.
Hell yeah.
It's like when I thought I was going to learn to play the guitar.
Exactly.
So last week on Mystery Crate, we asked everybody who was on it if they could open up any kind of like food establishment, like a restaurant, bar, club, whatever. What would they open? They just had like a cafe/bakery deal.
I had a speakeasy.
I honestly don't remember what I said.
Roy had a
I don't-
1920s
no
speakeasy.
recollection.
Well, I just said speakeasy.
It was
I didn't
a
give a
1920s.
day. I didn't give a year.
But it's called Roy's.
It's called Roy's.
And
Oh,
people
Roy's.
have to wear fedoras.
Correct.
to get
I didn't say that either.
And the password is old Florida Panthers players.
Yes, I did
So-
say that.
So since Charlotte, Amin, Chris, and Billy weren't here last week, I'd like to know what establishments they would open if possible. So Charlotte, we'll start with you.
I would open a hot dog cart.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Low in you don't need a huge build out. It could be a cart.
yeah.
High profit margins, I would imagine.
What would
you know,
it be called?
How
buns
much are
and
you
hot
charging
dogs.
for hot dogs?
A regular hot dog
I think
cart.
I'd charge $4.50.
These aren't gourmet dogs or anything?
No.
Not sausage.
Remember when we
They're
ate the hot dogs in Phoenix?
Yeah, and
They had, like, mac and
I was
cheese
told I
on
had no
them?
integrity.
I'm sorry, you said
remember that.
$4.50 and those aren't gourmet hot
No,
dogs?
they're good.
The
But they're
ballpark.
not like they don't have like
There's not,
weird
like,
stuff
truffle
on
on
them.
it or
Yeah, it's
anything,
like
yeah.
you've got
Chicago dogs? Remember when you had a Chicago dog that one time in Chicago? You guys,
Yes.
Charlotte and I have eaten a lot of hot dogs.
Wait, hold
together.
on. You were
Hot
told you
dogs,
didn't have
yeah.
integrity because you had a hot dog in
I don't.
Phoenix?
Yeah,
it's a
we
whole
don't.
thing.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I would open a hot dog cart, and it would be called Charlie's,
There is
Charlie's.
That
That already exists.
Charlotte.
a nickname that never caught on.
Do
You
want
wanted to be called Charlie?
Thanks,
no,
Charlie.
No, but
Charlie?
it would have been a little.
Would it be
cool.
Charlie?
You could be Charlie here. We can
I don't
we'll
want to
call
be
you
Charlie.
Charlie.
I
Not
don't want to be
Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie.
Did
Don't
you
do
guys
that.
have
Don't do
nicknames
that.
that like everyone went through? I was talking about this with Lucy the other night. Like everyone goes through a phase where they're like, I don't like my name. I want to be this name. Did you? I had one. Did you guys have one? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What was yours?
I'm not going to say.
What was
Say
yours?
it, Amin.
Wait, no. I need to
I'm not
know.
saying that.
Meanie.
No. It had nothing to do with my name.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Neither did mine.
No, yours kind of. Charlie?
Oh well, that's not what I was thinking.
Charlie.
What was yours?
What's the one you're
was
thinking of?
Clara.
Nacho?
I wanted to be called Clara for a while.
Huh.
After I saw the Nutcracker.
Oh.
Mine's Mark.
That's cute.
You look like a Mark.
You could be a Mark. Yeah.
I think you look like a
Marcus.
Chris.
You look like a Chris.
A Marcus. Marcus Cody. Oh my God. Yo, I kind of like that.
My restaurant, you know how Dippin' Dots are the ice cream of the future? I would do a steakhouse of the future.
What's that? How's
What
that
would
go?
it be?
I haven't
you're
figured
doing
out
like
yet.
Dippin'
Billy's
Dots with
face.
steak?
Billy's face.
I haven't figured out yet exactly how we're getting there.
A
But-
steakhouse of the future.
Like kind of like the
Freeze-dried steak.
like it comes out and it's like the smoke around it, and then there's a steak. Like I'm just
Did any of your guys' parents
Isn't
buy?
that Texas to Brazil?
Yeah, what are those?
No.
The freeze-dried food that people bring like camping and stuff.
Oh,
MREs?
the astronaut.
MREs.
Yeah.
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 Did anyone else's parents buy those during COVID, thinking maybe
Meal
we'll run
ready
out of
to eat?
food because Lehman's dad did,
Really?
and we never ate them.
Does he also have a bunker somewhere for
They'll
the
last
family,
forever,
just
though.
in case?
I'm a little
Yeah.
alarmed by how many people on the show seem to think the world is actually going to end.
They
in
talk
like
about
the
it
next
all the
couple
time.
of years.
What do you mean? Who?
On this show?
Yes.
Greg.
Not on this show, on the main show.
You mean Dan?
Yeah. And Greg?
There's a couple people that seem to think that the world is gonna end in the next, in the near future.
Like a
which-
tidal wave is just going to wipe
or
out
something.
everything.
Yeah. It's
Well, guys
it seems
has
like a
had
very
enough.
stressful way to live life.
Yeah.
There's medicine for that.
I'm on it.
I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to figure out what a steakhouse of the future looks
I am too. Like,
Yeah,
is it
what is
just
that?
like steak flavored Dippin' Dots?
Yeah. Damn.
no. It's not ice cream. It's just of the future. Like I said, I haven't really figured it out yet. I just think it's a good idea.
That's the business you want to open.
Yeah.
Got it.
You could just
He's working
call
on
it
it.
the steakhouse of the future and just have it be a steakhouse.
I was just trying to be wacky. Like, should I have,
Yeah, no,
should I have
Chris-
just said I'd like to open an Italian restaurant?
When he said Mark, I knew he was just
Italian
playing the
restaurant of
game.
future.
He knows how to play the game. I wanted my parents to call me Matthew when I was like 8 years old.
Matthew.
Yeah, and JR.
J.R. Smetana is a
And
good name.
My parents were like, "That's a bad guy from the show Dallas."
Yeah.
And
And
you're
I was like,
"What's
"That
Dallas?"
means
What's
nothing
Dallas?
to me. I'm 7."
Or Jim Ross.
Does your middle name start with an R?
Yeah,
What's your middle name?
Rose.
Rose.
JR is a cool ass
JR 's
name,
really
man.
good.
I think
Yeah, I
we
wanted
should
to
call
be
you
JR.
JR from now
I
on.
called you JRS for a little while.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I didn't
Sure,
know
Robbie
that.
Stadium.
I think I just put it in text occasionally.
Oh,
I can start doing it again.
Oh, Clara and JR.
Yeah.
I liked Matthew.
Claire.
Cut it
better.
up
Billy,
over
what
there.
kind of restaurant are you
Charlie.
opening?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably like a fast food.
Better
restaurant
answer than
or something.
mine.
I don't know.
Doesn't know how to play the game.
I mean, what I wanted to open as a business is I wanted to sell commercials and dreams, and then I found out that they did an episode on Futurama about that.
Yeah.
because it seems
Yes.
like a completely untapped market is advertisements and dreams,
Yep.
but I don't know the technology to do that.
In
Yeah.
Futurama, Fry
Talk
has
about steak of the future.
Yeah.
Fry has a dream and he goes thinks he's going crazy. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's just commercials, man.
Wake up,
Imagine.
it's like, I want Wendy's.
You got to get with the guy in Interception who does all the sleep stuff.
Inception, you mean?
Interception? Like
Interception?
like he threw an interception?
And somehow it's shit.
That sounded wrong.
Inception.
her-
I combined Interstellar and
Like Deion
Inception.
Sanders?
You said interception made me think of, for some reason, Will Smith in Concussion saying, "Tell the truth."
I feel-
Oh man, Alec Baldwin's character in that movie, my mom's real life brain surgeon. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, because it happens in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, but yeah, she got surgery in Chicago, so
Oh,
he
never
moved.
mind then.
It's fine. We can move on.
I feel like fast food is like an easy one, right? Like, if
But
I
what,
get, like
which one?
well, I don't know who
Hot
the
dogs,
sponsors
the
are.
market's cornered. Sorry.
Wait, would you do your own fast
whole
food?
block.
No,
Like
I think
a-
I would buy a franchise.
You'd be a franchise.
Yeah, and then
Oh, which one?
I'd start with one and
can't
then maybe
say.
go in a couple more.
Sponsors.
I think
Yeah.
I've read before that Chipotle is the cheapest one to start.
Okay, we're just gonna name them.
No, I think
Chris.
What if they're a
Chick-fil-A is.
sponsor? Sorry,
But yet they have to approve it. It's
Deserve
like a
that.
process.
Wait a minute.
I could see Billy like owning a taco truck though.
a
No,
taco truck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My
Really?
tummy can't handle a lot of spicy foods.
I see Billy with a Wendy's
Not
for
all
sure.
tacos are spicy.
With
Yeah.
the $4 bags.
I know a guy. I went to school with a guy whose dad had like a Wendy's and then bought like more Wendy's.
I knew a girl whose
Good
dad
life.
owned 3 Wendy's in
Really?
and they lived in a huge house off, right off Oak Cutler.
Dude, you know who? Like Karan Butler has a bunch of Burger Kings,
Yeah.
like all over the Midwest and stuff. Yeah.
Well, Shaq has a bunch of, and
Yeah.
so does
Pepperoni
Peyton
pizza.
has a bunch of
But
like
Papa
Papa
John's.
John's.
The
and stuff.
but the difference between those guys were just rich and they invested. Karan Butler invested in Burger Kings because when he was in high school, he worked at Burger King.
So he knew like the ins and outs.
That's cool.
Did I ever tell you guys about the lady at the restaurant, the server, who I ordered a couple tacos and then she came to give the bill and she's like, I really admired watching you enjoy your food like that.
Whoa.
I'm impressed by your appetite. And I was like,
Creepy.
really? Thank you.
She just watched you house those tacos.
And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I think I actually like I did some weird stuff with that taco. She might have been right about that. It was like a really like moist burrito taco, and
sure
there
it
was
was.
like
Yeah.
meat
Sure it was.
coming out, and like it was.
You're doing a thing.
No, I'm
Yeah, you have
not
to be.
doing a thing. I swear to God,
I believe it.
I'm not.
I believe her.
I'm not doing a thing.
I believe her.
I mean,
And I was picking the meat, but yeah, I realized afterwards it probably did look a little sus.
Did she leave her
Meat coming
number
out,
too?
it's
Like,
moist,
give me
yeah.
a call sometime. I
I really wasn't doing a thing, but
I was in New Orleans
Maybe I
last week, and I texted my buddies, say, "Hey, are you in town?" Because we were all in town for the concert.
The
and
old
stuff.
"Are you in town?" text.
Yeah, but he's like, "No, sadly." I said, "Are you in New Orleans?" And I just sent him a picture of my half-eaten alligator sandwich, and I said, "Why don't you ask this alligator I just housed?" Oh my God, there's nothing.
Would you open an alligator sandwich shop?
No, because I go out of business from eating it. I just love eating alligator. So delicious. No, I'd open a dive bar. Like
love a
I
dive
like
bar.
Me
I've
too.
had this idea that I have an escape plan. Like if things go wrong in life, I'm going to leave, get off the grid, and then reappear
Panama.
somewhere. And I'm just going to open a bar, and it's going to be a dive bar, and I'm going to be the bartender. I'm going to be like the silent bartender that nobody really knows, but everyone respects because I'm fair. I cut people off and
you're
stuff.
just constantly cleaning a glass in the back.
Yeah, or standing like
it's
this with
getting
my
dirtier.
arms really wide on the bars. Like,
Correct.
what'll it be?
Do people know that you own the bar in this dream, or they think like you are just the guy?
Well, it's not a
that
dream;
works
it's an
there?
escape plan.
Oh, an
first of
escape
all.
plan.
And then
Where's
What
it
are you
going
calling
to be?
it?
I can't tell you.
But it has to be like it's
Escape
Panama.
plan.
It's somewhere you can't. It's
Escape
like
plan.
extradition, right?
It's
Did
an
you commit a
escape plan.
crime?
Look, I don't commit crimes, but if I were to, I would need an escape plan. And so that's why I have the escape plan, just in case.
Is it one of those bars where like you walk up and if someone's like, "I like to get a drink," well, what is there? Whiskey, and whiskey.
Beer.
That's
Yeah.
Roy's.
Yeah.
That's Roy's speakeasy.
No.
Yeah, it's my speakeasy.
But hold on, you said you don't commit crimes
Yeah.
because if you did, you would have an escape plan.
No.
But you have an escape
No,
plan,
no,
so you do commit crimes.
It's tax season.
I
never know.
don't. I don't
Yeah.
commit crimes.
audited.
But if I did, I would need an escape plan.
Which
So-
you have. So do you commit crimes?
No, you're not listening to me.
I'm following this along, I think.
I don't
Does anyone
commit
else know what I'm
crimes.
saying?
But if
Hey,
I
listen.
did, I would need
on
an
your
escape plan. So that's why I have an escape plan in case I commit a crime.
Right.
Like accidentally.
Yeah.
Or
We've all
on
been
purpose.
there.
Accidentally.
Or maybe things change.
I have.
Some people don't eat onions, and then one day they wake up eating onions.
Of accidentally committing a crime.
Yeah.
Were you like a Orange Is the New Black
Me.
fan or
It's like
something?
insider trading.
I used to not like
I watched it, but did that happen in it?
Wasn't that like the main premise? Like the girl accidentally like did a crime?
accidentally. in
No,
love.
she was trafficking drugs.
But she,
Accidentally.
did she know she was?
I don't think it was accidentally.
Okay, never mind.
I think I don't remember if the boyfriend got her into it or the girlfriend got her into it, and then she asked her once they were already there, and she's like, "You don't say no to these people." So she did it unwillingly because there was like no turning back because the other girl didn't tell her what the situation was. I think. I'm not sure, man.
That's
that's-
a pretty concise synopsis.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That show's a lot older than we think. That show started in like
Yeah,
2013.
that was like one of the original Netflix.
Yeah, that and like
originals.
House of Cards. were the original.
2013, meaning the girl in the courtroom that I watched earlier. She was what, 11 years old when that show came out. She was a child. But this is the thing. This is what makes me think of it. So I get a lot. People say, "Yo, I love you on the show. I love watching you." That's always fine. But
Every
recently,
flight you're on, yeah.
recently I'm getting. I grew up watching you. I'm like,
Ooh.
dude, I just started doing the media thing. What are you talking about? And then I think about it, like, no, I didn't just start. It's been more than a decade.
That's
yeah.
wild.
I mean, I grew up
People tell you on
watching
planes.
like most of the people on ESPN. I feel like I would say that about.
But they've been doing it for like 20. Butchie Gross for 20 years. He's been doing.
When did you start working at ESPN?
I started being on TV like 2014.
Yeah, I was basically in high school. I don't think I would say it
crazy.
about you.
But I see like grown ass men with like facial hair and stuff. Yo, man, I grew up watching you. I'm like, what?
Wasn't it
You
a
look
thing
older than
that
I
like
am.
Gen Z looks older than millennials? Have you seen that whole
Like my
thing?
man Jordan. Hey, come
Yeah.
here, come a little closer. This is why we're stressed out of our minds.
oh, the zoom in guy.
That's my guy. He's a good guy.
He's great.
Yeah, thank you.
I grew up watching
great.
him on TikTok.
Me, Ted Danson, him, Charles Barkley. That's the
Everywhere
friends.
you go, you
Right.
get stopped. The four of you.
Every flight was a bit of a stretch, by the way, earlier this week. when you
Except the
said
Ted
that.
Danson one. What are the odds?
Yeah.
I mean, we were all. In
You
the
fly
back
a lot,
row
maybe 6 out of
talking
10
about how
flights.
full of
Dude,
shit
I'm
you
telling
were.
you. I'm like that.
Next time, get it on camera, and I'll believe you.
Ask about me in these streets, Chris Cody.
We'll be back.
Is that Harry Carey?
I would like to close a loop from the main show from about 18 months ago.
Oh, we're closing a loop.
And I honestly don't remember when exactly it was, but you guys all know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I want to say it.
Say
Then
it.
why'd you bring it up?
It's about the slow
I
report.
think Aubrey Plaza's moment is over.
Whoa!
She was just in a huge commercial the other day I saw with somebody.
I
with,
know that
Nick Offerman.
when I saw her in that commercial, I was like, where's she been?
Damn.
In White Lotus.
Yeah, and like.
Well, that was when she was having.
That was like at the
Nominated
peak
for
of her
an Emmy.
moment.
Was that 2 years ago? Also.
Yeah.
When was that segment? I know
2019,
Zach
I think.
Harper
She
was
was
part
It
of
was,
it.
it was at the Cleveland.
Emmy.
It was August 2022.
Yeah, it was
Oh
at the,
my
Holy
God.
shit.
It was
Yeah.
at the Clevelander.
Right before Queen Elizabeth died.
Yes.
Wow.
Another loop closed.
It all
Full
comes
circle.
full
No, wait.
circle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You're right. 2022 and 2021, same
year.
Yeah.
2020.
Put
also-
2020 in there too.
Yeah.
No.
2023 also.
2021 and 2022 were kind of the same. 2020 and 2021 were kind of the same. 2020 and 2022
Yeah.
were not the same.
Yeah, I think
I
I,
agree.
think you're
What?
right.
Okay.
No, that's
Like
like
a transitive
that's a
property.
big 3-year
Yes.
gap in my like.
Yeah, same.
Like 2023 is the first year that felt separate since the pandemic.
I've worked at this show for 3 years.
That's crazy. Like, that's-
Crazy.
I hate new people, especially woman.
But I
Does
think,
anyone agree?
I think you're probably
agree.
No.
you're probably onto something. She needs to. She
I'm a big
needs to get
fan.
cast in a big lead role
Yeah.
this year for.
well,
her
she was in
moment to be back.
Emily the Criminal, right? Is that
Right.
what the name of the movie?
That was also 2 years
That
ago.
was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, she has
Dude,
her own production
she's
company. so
resting
I'm
on her
I'm
laurels.
sure
Parks
she's
and Rec was
working on
huge,
stuff.
and that was
Takes a
years
while to make
ago.
stuff.
Parks and Rec was a
She
long
probably
time
has
ago,
something
right?
She
coming
was
out
in
soon.
2 movies though, which was why she was having a moment.
She's sitting around waiting
the
for
other
Mike
movie?
Schur to come save the day and pitch a new
Maybe
show.
she was going to be in the Field of Dreams reboot that he was working on. Remember that?
She plays Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Did you like that John Mulaney bit during the Oscars when he was explaining Field of Dreams?
I did.
Yeah,
I thought it was
liked
funny. He was just rambling about the whole plot.
I didn't hear it.
She has
I was
4
here.
movies.
I saw it on Twitter later. I didn't see
She
it.
has
in
one
the
movie coming out in 2024, and then 4 that are TBA.
In development. yeah.
Oh,
So
Everyone on their IMDb, there's always a bunch of like things I have
development?
planned. It's like, we'll see if these things
This is
get made.
Wikipedia, though.
Nah, I
Yeah,
know.
but the only thing
Okay.
she's really had
is it in
big
the can or not?
yeah,
know?
is
Post-production, filming.
Yeah, whatever.
If you check my IMDb, I have a bunch in post production.
Well, then she would probably have another moment coming, right? If she had a
Hopefully.
moment and then everybody was like, "Oh wow, we should get Aubrey Plaza. She's huge." Those things presumably she did a year or 2 before, so she's got a second wave of a moment coming, maybe in 2024.
But you can't have a
2025.
second wave of a moment. It's either a moment or it's not a moment.
Well, no, you can have more.
She's
than
allowed
one
to have
moment,
another
right?
moment.
She can have another moment.
But it's a
She's
different
had to come
moment.
back.
Can't have
Gotta
separate
come back.
moments.
They're separate moments.
But I
She's
feel
had
like the
separate
second
moments,
moment
yeah.
is riding off of the
Nicky
first
Rourke had to
moment,
come
right?
back.
Right.
By the way, I love this
But it's a different
because everyone claims to love the dog, and yet we're just shoving it from one room to
Yeah.
another. Like, here, you take her.
Well, it's
What are
Willow,
you
not the
talking
dog.
about?
she's a free spirit. She
Well,
just
Willow
goes as she
wanted to
seems.
come in, so someone lets her in.
No, that's like, okay, enough of you. Go in
No,
there.
she
Bother them now.
is looking for mommy, and mommy is on air, and mommy can't.
Mommy's
go.
on the mic.
Oh, is it annoying to have a
to-
dog around?
No, she's being a good girl.
Then go
and
over there.
by the way,
Go
this
there.
is like
Go.
we've been here for like 9 hours.
I'm not gonna
today.
lie, Willow
She's
makes me
getting
happy. I
antsy.
walked in this morning and the first person to greet me. I just hear the steps running
First
over.
person.
Not a-
The
not
clip
a
clop.
person.
This is what this
Nah,
is.
first dog
This
to
is
greet
every
me.
night. Every night around like 5 or 6 a.m. when Willow gets up and she's checking things out. You just hear this.
That's got to be annoying.
That's the
It's
dog
her.
walking.
It's her little
Writing
tiny
a
nails
letter, or-
pitter pattering on the floor,
Typing in typewriter.
looking for where me and Lehman are. Just
She still hasn't figured out where you guys are every morning. Like, I wonder where they are today.
Getting used to the surroundings.
That's what. Yeah,
she walks to the same spot.
that was one of the things that Dan said earlier this week. He said something along the lines of, because you said when you pack your bag,
Yeah.
she's afraid of the suitcase. And Dan was like, no, she knows the suitcase means that Jessica's like,
Yeah, no fucking shit. She knows that it means. Sorry, that was too
the
aggressive.
dog
Yeah,
doesn't
that
know.
was-
shit.
He was
Yeah.
going the opposite
Wow.
way. He was saying the dog doesn't.
Dog doesn't know shit.
Saving
man.
the
No,
chest on
she
that one.
does. She knows it means we're leaving, but I wasn't gonna be like, my dog's afraid of suitcases because she knows it means we're leaving. Like I just left it at my dog's afraid of suitcases, and then he explained it, and I was like, yes, obviously, she
No,
knows
no, no,
that
no.
it means we're leaving.
I have it that the dog is just an idiot and is sad for whatever reason.
Maybe you're the idiot.
Oh.
Wow, got me there.
That was like Dan with Lucy last week.
Oh my god, the
when
popcorn.
she criticized the popcorn.
What's
Well,
up with him and the popcorn, guys?
Oh god,
That's
did you
his thing.
try it?
I don't.
There's some in the kitchen.
No, I have. I haven't tried it this time, and I can't. But I think I have tried it in the past, and I was like, it's okay. But it's like the way Dan talks about it. Is,
Can we?
What's
have-
the deal with the popcorn?
Well, he has a famous popcorn recipe that he says, and then he's talked about it for a long time. Then he brought it in, and the reaction wasn't as anticipated. And then it became, well, let's ask more people if they love the popcorn. And now
it turned
it's
into
kind of-
Dan texting me and Mike and somebody else on the side being like,
Tony.
I need people to defend my popcorn.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he said state your claim or what?
Where he was basically like, it's being
He's drawing
like,
the
people
line.
are talking bad about it. Please, it like he's not. He was like not telling us how to think, but he's just like,
Yeah.
please state your.
Here, Shar,
he
there's
drew
some,
the line.
there's some
Have it
from
right here.
Sunday.
He drew the line in the sand, and he told them, "You better like declare where you stand."
Well,
That's
okay.
gotta be so stale.
Here's
I can't believe
the
you're eating
thing.
that.
It's pretty stale.
Him and Greg. Can we say this? Him and Greg are going to be having a popcorn
That's good.
pop off
Pop off.
A corn test.
A corn test.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Papa Vodka.
next week, maybe. I don't know.
A popcorn
Popping
test.
off.
It's planned for next
corn
Tuesday.
test.
Okay.
Roy, you want in on this?
No.
It should be a popcorn and champagne party. You can pop the corn and pop the.
Okay.
All right,
That was
write
kind
that
of
down.
what the Oscars
These kind of
party
ideas
was.
on Audible.
Anyways,
Doesn't matter.
but
Don't
like,
do that.
guys, I think we need to have a plan here with how this popcorn test is going
We
to
all
go.
vote for my dad.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say we have to all vote for
He's
Dan.
owed to
Dude,
because
dude.
If not, this popcorn thing
he
might go
doesn't-
on forever.
He doesn't want us to like patronize him.
No,
by
but
saying,
Jess-
But we all
Jessica?
know. But the thing is, this also we all know whose popcorn is who because we all just had Dan's
That's true.
popcorn.
But
So
it's-
there's no blind
yeah,
test.
that's fair.
Well,
We're gonna
well,
have to, actually, no,
can
Billy.
very much see.
You got ahead of this. We got to figure out.
I'm voting for Dan because like
we
No,
can't be the voters.
I know
We have to
exactly.
have
We're gonna get
randos.
5 people that have not had either.
But see,
Figure it
here's the
out.
problem. I'm gonna tell you guys this,
Yeah.
man. If you don't vote for Dan, he's gonna be crushed.
Yeah, it'll
And
make
Like
him really
so
sad.
much
He
of
was crushed
so
on
much of his
Sunday.
identity
He
is
was
wrapped
actually
around this
upset.
damn popcorn.
Well,
Like Greg's
what?
fine. Greg lost the turkey off.
It's like his ninth. Like my dad is not even an item he brags about. He's like,
No.
oh, I can make popcorn too.
He
Sure.
said, I don't think it's that hard to make great popcorn. That's
He's
what
right
Greg
about
said.
that.
Right? Dan, on the other hand, is like, no, this is a secret recipe handed down from generation to generation from the old country.
He said he needed to do it in a different room so that no one could see the secret
He's gonna be
ingredients.
the way Roy was in his own apartment at the Elser for the Turk-Off.
Yeah.
Dan's gonna be because he doesn't want
I needed
people
the
watching
oven.
him.
I'm telling you, if he does not win, he will be crushed.
Yeah, we got to vote for
Listen,
I think we
But
gotta
we
get
can't vote.
No, he didn't vote for my turkey, so I'm not going to.
We need to bring in people. I'm gonna bring in random
Fight
people.
voting now?
That's right.
You guys,
Listen.
this has to be a true democratic
America, Jack.
democratic process. We can't rig this like every other
Dan's gonna
election.
be like Trump. He's gonna be texting people. Like, you know how you're getting all these
Stop the
political text
count.
messages? He's gonna be sending text messages all week to people.
Listen, Dan signs the checks. He has the best popcorn.
He doesn't
That's what I'm
actually.
saying.
He doesn't actually.
I have the very
Yeah, he
best
doesn't sign
popcorn. It's been
Somebody else
said.
signs the checks.
It's direct deposit.
Yeah.
It's been documented.
There are no checks.
Thank you for taking that literally.
I almost had
It's not
an
2007 anymore.
I almost had an embarrassing moment today, and I'm wondering because it would have been out of character of me, and I didn't do it, and I'm wondering how you guys would have handled
Go
this
on.
situation. I'm driving to work. I'm on the expressway, but it's very slow, and it's like borderline standstill, right? And it's like the car moves a little bit, I move a little bit, whatever. I noticed the car next to me has a Stugotz Army sticker on the car.
What?
I've never seen this in like the wild before, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's pretty cool. And I thought about rolling down my window and like motioning the person, be like, oh my god, I like your sticker, right?
You should have.
And then like thinking like, oh my god, but then am I the guy that's like, I just want to like
No, you would have made
attention?
their day. They would have been like, oh my God, it's Billy.
What would Amin have done? Amin, tell us.
It's not what he would have done.
When this happens to me all the time.
This happened to me, dude.
Oh my God.
This happened to
I
you.
was driving and I was in the middle of yelling at my kids in the back seat. And I'm at the red light and this car pulls up and the guy rolls down the window like, it is you. And I'm like, oh crap.
Oh.
It was like the worst timing in the world because like my face was just, I know it looked insane, and I turned and I looked at him and he's like, yo man, I love the show. I'm like, oh thanks. And then we kept driving down the same street for several lights and he would
Camelback
just
Road?
kept pulling up. Yeah. Kept pulling up.
And you kept yelling at your children.
No, he just kind of looking and smiling the whole time.
So you couldn't resume. You just had to like
No.
stare straight ahead.
Yeah, my kids were
to be
saved.
nice to your kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You wait till this car gets away from me.
I definitely grew up watching the Le Batard Show on TV. Like Roy, I probably watched. Well, I don't know if you were on ESPN yet.
Yeah.
When was the show on ESPN first? Isn't this year the 20-year
2014.
anniversary?
2014, I think. is
But
when
how
it
many?
started.
So it's the 10-year anniversary.
It
of
was 10 years when it
being
started on TV.
When
And then
Dan and
10
Stu
years.
were out in like that desk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
that-
days.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
That was a terrible time.
Those were not fun times.
Why?
That was just Dan adjusting to.
Those are like the fusion days, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He didn't
Fusion.
like being disconnected from
Dude,
us. Like,
Fusion was a time.
he
We
could only
played
see us through a TV
With Chris
screen.
Gethard.
so we were in the highly questionable studio. We had the big desk there. Mike's desk was here, and then it was just a monitor.
That's why he started calling us the shipping
container.
container because he would just be seeing us through this little camera where it would we would look
No
like
way.
we were in
They looked frightened. They really did.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Where were you actually?
No, we were in the shipping
the-
container.
Where the shipping container was, but Dan was
I
in the
don't think.
studio where the
Char,
green
you
screen
never went
was.
to the.
Oh, she never went to the
No.
Cleveland.
I've never been there.
we should
You
really
believe
describe
that?
this to you. So there's two doors. You walk out.
Let's
it-
break in.
I'll send you a video of
Yeah,
it.
do
Like
it
that one
quickly.
guy during Freedom.
Yeah.
Well, we
I've
don't-
seen
we don't talk
many.
about that.
Oh my God! No.
It was the difference between Dan seeing us through a glass and seeing us on a
On
monitor.
TV screen.
Was there a
You know, that
lag?
reminds me of like sometimes you get in an Uber and the rear view mirror instead of being an Uber, I mean, instead of being
It's
a
a
mirror,
monitor.
is a
That's
screen.
freaky, right.
Freaks me out.
I've never
Freaks me
seen
out.
that before.
Oh,
I've
it's
seen it.
horrible.
Yeah.
And you try to like fix your hair in the mirror, and it's like a TV.
Teslas
screen.
in general, I don't even know if this is Teslas you're talking about, but like
No,
when they
it's
make
like
when they make
an
right
addition.
turns, it's like you see the whole right side of the car.
I love that, man.
It's like it's one of those things where it would just take getting used to. Like,
It's the hardest thing to get used to driving a regular car after that, because it's like, show me where.
I'm like Billy. My car's old and paid off. I don't got none of that fancy shit. Yeah. But that's going to do it for Mystery Crate.
Oh. Thanks, everybody.
Roy, what do you got?
No, because Miami this week we got Montgomery and Company and the Hockey Show.
Cool.
Which one?
The Hockey Show.
I mean,
Oh,
Cinephobe this week. Balls of Fury.
Hell yeah.
Cinephile Oscars recap.
that's something we didn't really talk about. We didn't really talk about the Oscars.
What
show.
happened last weekend?
The ones we had, yeah.
DNF coming soon, I think.
I got roasted for my outfit pretty hard.
why?
I asked for it.
I mean, you were
linen
dressed
suit.
like an idiot.
I look like a painter.
Yeah,
Oh,
you-
wow.
Yeah,
I don't hate
or
it.
a cult member.
That was a linen suit.
You look like the cult in The Leftovers.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Also, check out Oddball.
You look like you're
Oddball.
someone waiting to like commit a
Thanks,
crime
Sean.
that's hiding.
A lot of people said it looked like a
Did you
cleanup
tell
crew.
Jason to have that picture ready?
Yeah, I'd put it for something else.
Oh my god.
He said, roast my fit.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.